Now you're in one of the best levels in the game, Twinkle Park.
Yeah, I'd say that this is one of my favorites, but I kind of got a little overzealous with the spin dash shortcuts.
Oh, do you know about the shortcut you can take right after the roller coaster?
No.
Okay, well, right when the roller coaster is going into the tower, keep your eye out, like, underneath the rail. You're gonna see a platform pop up. What you do is that you jump, like, when the roller coaster launches you off of the ride and into the hole. If you hold back on the analog stick, you can actually walk backwards, fall off the rail, and you'll land on a platform. Use that platform to spin dash jump, and it'll take you over to the pool area. That's how you get the A mission. Or that's how you're supposed to get the A mission.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Cuts back on your time by a significant margin.
See, there's something I don't understand about this section, though, which is, fine on paper. And it has better controls than the motorcycle levels in Crash 3, by the way.
Ooh.
At least the Insane Trilogy. Like, I was playing, like, the second motorcycle level last night. I just can't fucking beat it for some reason.
Is it the same on the Insane Trilogy, or is it...
I'm willing to bet that they screwed something up.
Oh.
Because it feels like a huge difficulty spike out of nowhere for something that's only supposed to be in a couple levels,
No, I heard that they messed up the motorboat controls, or the jet ski, or whatever that thing is.
I wouldn't be surprised about that either. But for some reason I just can't fucking beat it, and the load times are like 20 seconds long, and there's no... Like, say what you will about A ranks in SA2, but if you fuck up, you just pause and hit restart, and then boom, you're back at the beginning of the level. Crash Insane Trilogy doesn't have that.
Real quick,
you have to quit.
Because you're gonna see it.
I know about the platform you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it'll come up in just a second. Like, I always wondered what that was was for.
Yep.
I never knew that you could go backwards. But like I was saying, actually I don't remember what I was saying.
You were talking about the the
Crash.
A rank in SA2, how you just press start and reset.
Yeah, so then you could just restart the level from the beginning, and you don't really have to sit through a long loading screen or anything like that. And that's kind of essential, because I don't know if I would have had the patience to have A rank Final Rush or Final Chase if there wasn't that restart option. But with Crash Insane Trilogy, that's not there for some reason. And if you fuck up at any point in that race, like if you fall into even one pit, you aren't going to be able to reach the end in time. And for some reason, you can only get the crystal if you get first place. They don't really explain it very well why that's the case, but the point is, and I don't know, maybe it's easier on PS1. I haven't played that version in years. I don't really play Crash all that often, honestly. Just for some reason, I'm like, I spent $40 on the Insane Trilogy. I might as well get some mileage out of it.
You spent 40 fucks.
Yeah, 40 fucks.
You spent 40
fucks and 40 nights. And
oh my god! 40 fucks in 40 nights. Damn! That is quite the workout.
But what was I trying to say? But it's just like you can't just restart the level. You can't just go to the menu and restart the stage. Like if you screw up the race, you are forced to quit the stage, wait 20 seconds for the hub world to load, and then go back into the level and wait another 20 seconds for the level to reload. See, like I'm trying to jump up there.
You're experimenting. Yeah, I like it.
But it's like slower than going the normal way because you can't really see where you're going up there very well. So I kept overshooting off to the side and falling to the lower edge. It just makes the level take longer. So yeah.
But see, this is like one of the appeals for me with specifically Sonic Adventure 1 over Sonic Adventure 2 is that the levels feel a lot wider to where you can pull this kind of stuff off, and it's fun experimenting, to see what you can and what you can't do. And then when you find that one thing that you can do, you keep practicing it, you keep getting better at it, it's fun being able to just nail it down and to just to fucking do it. I don't really get that kind of, I mean, you obviously played SA2 more than I have, so I'm sure that there are points in SA2 that are like that, but I just find them more...
That's pretty much what A ranking is.
I find it more I guess, blatant in this game. Like, it's easier to comprehend in this game, because, again, like, there's a lot of room
with this
to work
level
with.
in particular, because it's kind of... It does have a very unique structure that is definitely nowhere in SA2.
Yeah, real quick, that little platform that you just ran up, that can be used as a ramp, too. You spin dash jump, and at the very peak of the ramp, if you hold left on the analog stick, you'll fly right over to the red roofs, and then it'll take you to the goal.
Yeah. Something about... Like, there's like a platforming section right before the goal that in my practice playthrough and otherwise, I just find myself that I can't seem to run around on it without falling off. I'm gonna take the blame for it, but still, it does feel a little awkward. Like this game does. I do think that the controls, are overall fine and whatnot, and those hold up for the most part. But there's definitely some jank and clunkiness in this game.
I don't think that comes with the controls for Sonic, though. I really don't think so.
Not necessarily. I don't know. They don't feel 100% on point. They're mostly there. Like, I find that when I'm jumping on these little platforms, like, he moves a little bit too fast in midair. We're not talking about, like, Sonic Forces moves too fast in midair. Because, like, that red ring and Sunset Height? No, Park Avenue? Not Park Avenue, that's the
Custom
Avatar
Hero.
level.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's a Sonic level that you play right before you meet Shadow.
Right.
Sunset Heights? Sunset something.
Sunset Heights.
Sunset Heights?
Yeah.
I'll say Sunset Heights, and then there's like a part like after you go up over a building, and then you have to go backwards to grab a red ring, and then there are these teeny little platforms, and you're trying to jump on them, and Sonic moves either too slow or too fast in midair.
See, I remember that in Park Avenue with the custom character.
Okay, maybe that is the part like the level geometry is the same for both levels.
For the most part. Did you
yeah,
know
for the most part.
That this is completely random, but if you look at the way how Sunset Heights, Park Avenue, and the Red Bridge, if you look at how they're laid out, you can kind of tell that they were all supposed to be connected at one point. Like it was supposed to be one massive level.
I've lost Amy.
Interesting.
Because like where Sonic ends his Sunset Heights, that's about the halfway point for the custom character. And then the end of the custom character, when you're going on that bridge, that's the start of the Red Bridge section where you have to fight the Death Egg Robot and Metal Sonic.
It's interesting. That game sounds like it had a very interesting development.
Like I always say it before, I think they got really ambitious at one point, but then somewhere along the way, they just kind of got lazy and said, fuck it. We'll just cut it up into tiny little pieces and call it a day. And this is someone who likes Forces, by the way. We did a podcast on it if you want to check it out. Click the thumbnail. Click the link. Click the face. You edited all that in, right? Sonata?
Sure.
Sonata? You want to be Sonata for today?
I think annotations are gone now.
That is true. I don't know why they got rid of annotations.
I think it was because most people are on their phones now, and annotations don't even work on phones.
Then why don't they just get to work on phones?
Logic. So this lady is stuck in Station Square because she can't commute home on the train because of the strike.
Right.
Which is, because like otherwise the strike would just be like, well, we don't want the player to go back to the Mystic Ruins to go find Tails, because they're supposed to be separated, so we'll have a strike. And now if they had just left it that way, that would just be kind of, like a contrivance, but I do like that they kind of went the extra mile and said, well, here's an example of the strike negatively affecting.
I never read that dialogue before. All I did was eat a burger. I'm a loser. I never read that before. That's hilarious. Oh, fuck. We've all been there at one point. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? I'm not alone on that.
Definitely. Yeah, poor Ryan has had quite the experience with his love life.
Oh yeah, I get all the ladies, girls in the chat comment, hello, There's something I don't know. We're going
My
to Speed
star
Highway.
sign is Virgo.
What?
My star sign is Virgo.
Actually, it's Aquarius.
Oh. I think mine's Scorpio.
When's your birthday?
November.
November. November. Well, okay.
No trains are currently in service.
Let me see.
Looks like his mom went into the casino again. Couldn't stop her.
Gosh, dang it! So October 23rd to November 22nd is Scorpio.
Yep.
And then the 16th through December 15th is... No, that's Scorpio. Okay, so then... What? Hang on. This is fucking... Okay, so November 1st to the 22nd are Scorpio. And 23rd through the 30th are Sagittarius.
Alright.
Ladies!
I got caught in the corner. Supposedly, like, there were some negative effects to collision detection on the GameCube version onwards.
Yeah,
But I still run into little,
there was,
moments like that.
There was that one glitch in that one Let's Play. That one time.
Yeah. Well, like I said in the review when I did, I find that if you just hold up, it works fine. Like, you're not gonna die in that loop. But if you like purposefully like stop in place and like jiggle around and do stuff that you probably shouldn't, then you are gonna clip through it.
Now I'll be honest, I've tried doing it. I can never do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I don't know.
You have to finagle yourself around quite a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe the Steam version is just that bad. Because I've barely played that version.
I mean, there's a reason why there's better SADX. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's not just because the game is in 4x3.
Better SADX actually does patch in. Like, the same people who have done a lot of the research into the stuff that they cut out or...
Ah!
By the way, I survived this.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How?
I'm not really sure what... I think it's because these little platforms here are kind of like indented into the larger platform just a bit.
Is that what you're trying to do? Is trying to look for it?
No, I was not looking for that. I was just,
Because I saw you rotate the camera. I thought you were trying to look to see, like, what the fuck did I land on?
Yeah, like, I think the platform is just indented inwards of it, so there's like a little bit of ground you can stand on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because if you don't move out of the way, you will hit those helicopter blades. Happens to me all the time.
I think I was looking around for more ring boxes and stuff.
I thought you were looking around for moons.
Oh yeah, I need to go find the.
Ah!
I clipped through the rocket, I think.
I mean, it just kind of looked like if you ran past it. Like, you hit it, but then you kind of...
Well, I don't know.
You bumped into it and then it just ran forward. Either way, shouldn't have happened.
I got it. But... Yeah, it's just like, if this were Mario Odyssey, we'd have to ground pound at a bunch of places to find moons.
Or you have to kick a rock a certain amount of times.
Yeah.
See,
or
like,
you have to kick two rocks into each other.
Because
that's obvious.
I was playing that game and I had Jeb and Twip, and I think Gavin was in there at one point too. I was on the Planet Wisp level, and I kicked a rock, and I saw that it started glowing, so I kicked it around some more.
Planet Wisp level?
Yeah, Planet Wisp. What kingdom?
Oh.
Yeah, Planet Wisp.
Okay. You were making a joke. I just thought that you were saying it. Okay.
It looked like
Continue.
Planet Wisp.
It does. Because it's the red steel structures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see
the foresty kind of thing that's going on. But I kicked a rock around a few times and I got a moon, and at that moment I knew something was horribly wrong. I'm like,
yeah, that's the Korok seed comparison. I see it now.
Yeah. Or you have to
kick this random. See, it's like because I'm having kind of an identity crisis with the whole blue coin thing. Because a lot of the things I don't like about some of the moons in Odyssey are things that you could say about some of the blue coins too. But most of the blue coins aren't like there was that one where you have to like ground pound on the statue's nose.
Right.
In Pianta Village, and then there's like that one stool in Serena Beach where you have to ground pound on it and then a blue coin pops out. Those are, but there's way more of that kind of shit in Odyssey.
Well, I think the thing is with Odyssey, is that there are a lot of moons that repeat itself, and I know we're kind of like back on Odyssey again, but like, again, to bring up that review that I brought up earlier, he made this comparison where it's just like, okay, yeah, the first level is the Mushroom Kingdom, where you have to chase a rabbit, you gotta walk a dog, you have to herd some sheep, ground pound a certain spot, you have to, have to do all this other, like, basic stuff. And then at the end of his description, he was like, oh, by the way, I was just, I'm not fooling anybody. That is like one of the last levels that you go to. And you have to do these things in like well, you don't have to, but they're there in every single world.
Well, except for like there are like platforming sections that they blatantly recycle too.
Yeah.
Like there's this one place, I think, in the what's it called? The Food Kingdom? The Volcano Kingdom?
The Food Kingdom.
There's like this one platforming section you can go to with purple lava and these lethal lava land shaped platforms.
Yeah.
And when you play it the first time, you play as Mario, but then later on you go to the dark side of the moon, and then it recycles that set piece, except you play as Yoshi that time.
I mean, I'm probably going to be lynched for saying this, but Mario Odyssey reminds me a lot of Sonic Forces, where it feels like as if they had this really ambitious idea, but eventually they just said, fuck it. We'll just sprinkle these things everywhere. Give them 999 to collect.
I think it was more like, because what I remember being the case was, and we even said this when we did like the podcast, when the Switch was announced, and when Odyssey itself was announced, apparently the game was already done at that point.
Yeah.
And I think what happened was, originally the game was supposed to have 600 moons. That was the number that they were throwing out around the time that the game was announced. This guy doesn't have to go to work, so he's happy because, the trains are on strike. So we'll talk to him again later and see what he says. But Odyssey was originally supposed to have 600. What I think and we do have evidence that they like upgraded the graphics and stuff between when the game was announced and when it came out like 9 months later. I think what happened was they were like, well, we're already done with the game, and the game isn't going to come out for months, so I don't know, I guess we'll copy this platforming section here and make it so you play as Yoshi. I'll throw a rock in over here, you kick it into another rock and you get a moon. I know, we'll put these paintings on the wall that oh, by the way, this guy got caught by his girlfriends.
Nobody feels guilty.
I don't understand why you two are so angry. Can you believe it? He was seeing another girl. No way! I can't believe this! So that's what I think happened. It's not necessarily that they had this bigger grand plan. It's more like, well, we're stuck on our ass for several months before the game comes out, and we're basically done. Man. So we'll throw in a bunch of extra crap to get the game up to 999. Alongside, improving the visuals, which was good.
I mean, I get it, that makes sense, but at the same time, the level design itself just felt incredibly basic. It was simple. There wasn't really anything that gave me a hard time.
I'll take that over what Yooka-Laylee was doing.
Well, yeah. I just think that, again, maybe the reception of the game has something to do with it too.
I thought the level design was fine. I just thought that there were too many moons in every level.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of it was that they did not have that secondary collectible, everything is a moon or a purple coin. Because it's like, stuff like ground pounding in a random spot to get a moon, that feels better with something like a blue coin, because you do a platforming section and you get a moon. Okay, that feels proportionate, you know? But just ground pounding in some random spot and a moon pops out, that doesn't feel moon-worthy to me.
Or walking a dog.
I would have preferred if...
Or kicking a rock.
Yeah.
Hoarding sheep. Because, like, again, it might have something to do with the reception, too, because, like, when it came out, 10 out of 10, 10 out again, 10 out of 10. One of the best games ever made. One of the best games
10
ever
out
made.
of 10 though.
10 out of 10 though. Hi Gavin, how you doing? But like, you know, it's like I went into the game, and I went in as open-minded as I could. At the same time, it's kind of in the back of my head. It was like, okay, well, there has to be something in here that warrants that kind of a statement where it's like, wow, this is one of the best games ever made. Because like with Galaxy, you know, that kind of had like a similar reception. Same with Galaxy 2 to an extent. It's like I play those games, I'm like, I get it, I see it. I don't agree with it, but I get why people say it. Same thing with Ocarina of Time. I get it, I see it. I don't agree with it, but I see it. It's there.
Yeah.
With Mario Odyssey, it felt so basic. And it was just like there wasn't anything there that wowed me, except for the Ruined Kingdom. But even then, you're only there for like maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a pretty small kingdom.
Yeah. And it's like that was something that was just like, that is something that you have never seen in a Mario game before. It's like I wanted to see more of that. I wanted to see more of the Metro Kingdom. I wish that was fleshed out a bit more.
Oh, I don't know. I thought the level design was fine.
There just
and
wasn't
I do feel like a lot
it.
of like for collectathon level design though, I thought it was fine for the most part. If anything, I thought that the levels were too busy.
Really?
Yeah. Like the Wooded Kingdom is a perfect example where it's just like you have this big, intricate kind of structure, and there are moons hidden everywhere on it, like all on the walls and all around the side. It's just a lot to keep track of. Because like what I like about collectathons is it's kind of like 100% speedrunning a Metroid game, you know? Like to see how fast I can do it. And that's why I really like Spyro in particular, because compared to other collectathons, it cuts out a lot of the fat and keeps things pretty focused, even the third one. But with Mario Odyssey, I could never see myself 100% speedrunning that game ever, because there's just too much goddamn shit to collect.
Yeah. And it doesn't really amount to anything.
It's hidden too well. And then you have the coin grinding for the last 99 moons is another thing all by itself.
And you get moons for getting moons as well.
Yeah, it's like I still haven't 100% completed Mario Odyssey. I got to the point where I had to get 100 jumps on the jump rope and just gave up because I just could not be arsed.
This is the
And apparently there's a way to cheese it with like the scooter, but I tried it and I couldn't get it to work.
I mean, like I said, like it's a fine game. It's a 7 out of 10 for me if I had to rate it, but
before I got to the final boss and got to the post game, like I was convinced, just like Dan was, this was the best Mario game I had ever played. But then I got to the moon rocks and I got to all the backtracking and the picture ones and the ground pound ones and the walking the dog and the repeated bosses and all that shit, and it just became such a chore to play. And I didn't even get. I tried to see if I could get across this pit. And it didn't work. And so, but it's like it's why I don't really know what to think of the game, because on one hand, most of it I feel is well designed. The visuals are great, and I like the music, and like I know that you and I were both excited about the fact that they were taking some interesting risks with the way Mario looks and the things that you'd encounter. All that stuff is great, but at the same time, it's just like 100%ing the game is such a big fat pain in the ass, and that's what I come to collectathons for, is for the 100% completion experience.
See, and the thing is that like I played through the game, and I didn't really, I wasn't seeing anything. I felt nothing while I was playing the game. It was fun and interesting. It was sporadically interesting. It was.
Hey, Ryan, you could say that you subverted my expectations. Because as we all know, as long as you're subverting your expectations, it doesn't matter what you do.
It's automatically great, right?
Yeah.
But like it was fine. It was like I had fun in moments, but like the collectibles didn't really amount to anything. You know, like I got a moon for, you know, completing this obstacle section, but that's the same thing that I did for kicking a rock around. There wasn't really anything to it. And they're just Like, I saw Mario in the city, in the trailers. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Wow, is there gonna be like a Jurassic Kingdom? That's fucking awesome. But it's like everything that I thought was gonna be like really, really good. And this also goes in with the Ruined Kingdom as well. The things I was looking forward to weren't fleshed out. Like, I thought there was gonna be like an entire Jurassic Kingdom, but it wasn't gonna be like some sort of tutorial level that's in the beginning. And if it gets fleshed out like more, you know, like after you do the main quest or after you do the main campaign, I think at that point though it's too late because I was already burnt out by the game. It had really interesting ideas, but for the main campaign it didn't really do enough with it. For the main playthrough anyways. That was my problem with it. Like, again, to people who like Mario Odyssey, I'm not trying to go on a diatribe or anything like that. It's a fine game, again. I just don't want people to think that, like, it's like as if we're hating on it, because we don't. It's fine. It's fun. But
yeah, I'd say that I'm mixed on it.